Okay, let's talk about some things. Let's set up some ground rules first. Let's talk about the kiss between Kylo Ren and Rey in Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker. Everyone has been talking about this since this scene, and then this moment was actually released in theaters and all that stuff, and to be honest, I have mixed feelings on it. And is the scene good or bad? Let's talk about. Before we get into this, guys, please leave a like. It doesn't really hurt out, and it helps this channel out so much if you guys leave a like. So please leave a like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. So without further ado, let's get into it. So this moment in this film is okay. It's a moment that is good in some levels. Just kidding. This moment is pretty cringe, and I think that's really the word I can use. Cringe, awkward, and really out of place. It's like they really wanted that big kissing moment that the original trilogy had between Han and Leia, and the prequels tried to have it between Anakin and Padme, but it did not. And I feel like this trilogy really tried to have that epic kiss and be like, oh look, they finally did what I'm sure no one shipped Kylo Ren and Rey together. At least I don't think they did, but it's weird. But the reason why this scene doesn't work is because in episode 7 and 8, this kind of relationship type thing has never been there at all. And they're kind of related, not really, in a way they are. Well, let's see. If Rey is considering herself a Skywalker, Ben's kind of a Skywalker, so technically if Rey's considering herself a Skywalker like she did at the end of the film, basically they're kind of like brother and sisters, so that's a really big Empire Strikes Back Leia kissing Luke moment. Really awkward, but this scene, as I said, just feels out of place. The original films and the episode 7 and 8 didn't set this up. Kylo Ren was somebody who sacrificed his energy, and then before he dies, Rey kisses him, and it's a really awkward scene that doesn't need to be there. It's a scene that could easily be taken out and could easily be removed from the film, and the film would probably be a lot better for this, because this is an awkward scene that doesn't need to be here. The good of the scene, not really much. It looks nice, like the way that's shot, it looks really good. But the bad of the scene is it just feels out of place. If the other two films set it up kind of like they could have a bit of romance and chemistry to it, maybe wouldn't be so awkward. But since this just came out of the middle of nowhere and it's just kind of awkward and doesn't really fit in with the film, it just feels strange, and I'm not really I'm not really invested in these two being together. And of course Kylo Ren ends up dying, but this scene just feels really out of place, and I think that's the best way I can describe it. It's an out of place sequence. It doesn't belong here, and I feel like if they would have set it up more in the films, I feel like it would have been a lot better, but it wasn't. So those were my thoughts on Rey and Kylo Ren kissing in Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker. What do you think of this? Let me know all your thoughts down in the comment section below. Like this video, guys. Haven't already, but does help with this channel a ton. You guys can subscribe and hit that post notification bell so you guys never miss when I upload another video. You guys can check out my Instagram at General_Daniel77. You guys can also check out my podcast, the 2 Peas in a Pod podcast I do every single Tuesday morning. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys next time. General.